So today we are going to be transforming this oversized men's shirt into a cute fitted top. I got this at the flea market for 100 Kenyan shillings, which is around $1. First, you want to lay the shirt flat and even it out so there are no bumps around. It was missing a button, but I'll add one later. Open up the collar of the shirt since we don't have much fabric to work with and we need to create as much extra space as we can. Then place a shirt of your choice on top and even it out as well. Make sure the shoulder points of the dress shirt and the t-shirt match. Now I'm measuring my natural waist point from the shoulder because the top will reach to that point. Do the same for yourself. The natural waist is just above your belly button, an inch or so. Mark that point and cut it out. Place the bottom piece aside since we are going to use it later. Now we want to cut the sides of the shirt. But first, I'll fold the t-shirt in half and the dress shirt as well, so it's easier to cut or faster because it will be 2 in 1. Now I'm making a curve from the chest or from just below where the first button of the shirt normally is to the underarm point. Then cut it all out. Now open up the top. I saw that the back was a bit bigger than the front since the back normally has a pleat, which I had forgotten, but no problem, you just even it out using the front piece. Now fold the front piece back and cut the back piece in a straight line like I'm doing. Let me quickly remove the front pocket and the button from one of the cuffs and sew it on the part that was missing a button. Now you want to match up the back and front, then turn them so that right sides are facing each other and stitch the sides. Now let's finally get to the stitching. So this is how it looks like after that. Don't clap. There's a bulge right at the bust point and a lot of excess fabric everywhere. So I'm first going to pin the button stand together so it stops gaping. I was using one hand to record and I had to pin first, then show you once I'm done. So kindly bear with me. Now the button stand is in place, so I'm going to add darts right here, one side of the bust and another on the other side too. Repeat the same for the waist. Bust darts are done and the waist ones too. There's still a bit of a bulge there, but we'll work on that later. Now it's time to stitch the darts. I first measured them to make sure they're all the same, so that one is not bigger than the other. I then marked the points of the darts, then stitched them up. So this is how it looks like now, much better. There's a bulge right at the bust, but we'll work on that later, or not. Next up, take the bottom piece we cut earlier and fold it in half. Then measure the top at the waist and multiply by 2, since that's just one side. I included seam allowance while measuring. Now take that measurement and divide it by 6.28, just like you would when making a circle skirt. It will work for both inches or centimeters. Whatever number you get, that is the radius. And you want to measure it out from the top center point and mark it all round, just like I'm doing. I think it's better, sometimes you learn visually, I feel like but I hope you're understanding. If not, let me know in the comments. Now mark the length from the curve you just made. This will be dependent on how long your shirt is. Leave some space for hemming allowance and draw out the curve. Now cut the piece out following the curves you just made. Open it up and see if it matches the top. It does. Now we want to join the sides of the peplum. Okay, let's wait it out for the dogs to stop. Then join it to the top, just like I'm doing. Stitch it all up. Now we want to make the straps. I used the sleeves of the dress shirt by cutting them open at the seam. I then cut out 4 pieces using 1 piece as a template for the rest after I'd cut it out first. Each around 3 inches since it will be folded later. 2 pieces were shorter and 2 were longer because I didn't want to join extra pieces to make them the same length. At the end, it didn't matter since they would be tied at the shoulder. Here I'm marking where the straps will be, just so that they are even. I had accidentally stitched the pieces together, making 2 instead of 4, so I'm just ripping out my mistakes. Now join the straps to the top at the point you marked, and then we'll fold back the edge and hem. Now it's done. And I don't know how to pose. So remember the bulges? I used press studs to keep everything in place, as you can see. I just placed them all there, stitched them. I realized I had stitched this part, which was meant to be open like a button-down shirt normally would be. I was wondering why it was such a problem getting into the top. Then I remembered, oh my god, I stitched where I wasn't supposed to. So I ripped that part apart and stitched it back again off camera. But you don't know if I did. Although I did. There was a chicken wing situation going on here. So I folded the excess fabric back and stitched it again off camera. Much better. The straps turned out all right, despite the back ones being shorter and the front ones longer. The darts could have been a bit more longer and deeper too, but I just left them as they are. You can also wear it with a top underneath if you like, and I actually prefer it this way. Click on the playlist on the screen to see other clothing transformations, and I'll see you when I see you. On the playlist on the screen to see other clothing. Ooh, blah, blah.